Uzi Vert just got exposed for doing some pretty disgusting and predatory things. So here's what's going on. Rock Nation and Lil Uzi Vert has been named as co-defendants in this new lawsuit by Lil Uzi Vert's ex-assistant, who's alleging that she suffered a multitude of harassment at the hands of Lil Uzi Vert, and Rock Nation, who was her employer, overlooked it. Lil Uzi Vert is signed to Rock Nation management team, and Rock Nation is who hired her to be Lil Uzi Vert's assistant. Just like we've seen with the Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit, where Megan Thee Stallion ex-assistant sued Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion for, I believe, like workplace discrimination, harassment, like labor issues. And, she said she suffered this at the hands of Megan Thee Stallion. However, her employer is Rock Nation. So they got to be sued as well for creating a hostile work environment or creating an environment where them being abused was tolerable. Now, in the case of Lil Uzi Vert, the assistant would claim that almost immediately from being hired to be Lil Uzi Vert's assistant, the sexual harassment started. It became pretty evident and very clear very quickly, based on Lil Uzi Vert's and Rock Nation reaction to this lawsuit, that this lawsuit isn't some frivolous, cloud-chasing lawsuit with no merit. No, this lawsuit is pretty credible and is pretty damning. So Uzi met this chick randomly shopping at Balenciaga in LA. He really liked her customer service, I guess, and decided he wanted to make her his personal assistant, so she signed on board. And then ultimately, it got to a point where I think Uzi was with Rock Nation. So the chick took a meeting with Desiree Perez for a salary expectation, and Desiree Perez and her agreed upon her getting paid $100,000 and a relocation fee for $5,000 to move from LA to New York. And apparently, once she got the $100,000 payday, Uzi didn't waste any time getting right to it. According to her, on the same date that she signed the $100,000 salary contract, I guess, Uzi texted her and asked her to stay the night with him at his hotel room. Despite her stating that she did not feel comfortable with Lil Uzi Vert's request, he continued to pester her, sending her dozens of messages in an effort to convince her to sleep in his hotel room. Man, listen, bro, y'all can call me what y'all want to call me, bro. I ain't here to pretend with nobody, bro. Straight up, man. Man, that's exactly what an nigga would do, man. Man, cut it. Man, y'all can sit here and y'all can play the internet games and y'all can play the respectability politics and y'all can play the no Flacco, how do you know he really did? Man, cut it out, bro. Man, you know this what niggas do, man. You know this what niggas do, man. You seen a little bad chick at Balenciaga's and you really liked her customer service so much you wanted to make her your assistant. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. And hitting the broad up right after she got the promotion, of course. We know what that was, man. Man, I ain't finna pay no chick $100,000 if I can't crack. That's what he said. But it didn't just stop here. This chick actually had messages between her and Lil Uzi Vert. And what I would say, man, is when it comes to Igga, when it comes to the culture or urban culture, this is probably acceptable and normal. When it comes to anybody else, you like the closest thing to Harvey Weinstein, man. This is like Harvey Weinstein activities that Uzi was on. These niggas get a couple $1,000,000 and forget the hue of their skin tone. Uzi was moving like his last name was Shorts and he was one of God's chosen people, man. Because Uzi, he attempted to violate the white man's daughter, bro. And I'll be real, how this play out, she probably knew from day one, oh, I got him. I'm going to file this lawsuit someday, bro. Man, let them fire me, man. I got it all. Because if you look at the other messages that Uzi was sending her, bro, it's like, man. So Uzi sent her, I sent you something on Vantage. Mind you, this is his employee. Come rub me down before you leave. I'm by myself right now. Send me something. Let me see that booty. You know what Rick Ross taught all of us, man? Even though what Rick Ross says was ignorant as hell, one of the most ignorant things I think I've ever heard from anybody. But Rick Ross once said, man, listen, I can't sign no female artist, man. And they said, why, Ross? Why won't you sign a talented woman and invest in her? Ross said, listen, man, all right, listen up, bro. All right, so I'm supposed to sign a chick, get her body done, pay for her hair, her makeup, her nails, make her the baddest bitch on earth, make her so desirable, man, that other men want wanna be with her. But I'm the only man on earth who can't sleep with her, or else I get charged with all type of crimes and lawsuits. Man, cut it out, man. I'm good. It's not for me. Y'all can. I'm not doing it. Now that was ignorant for Rick Ross to say, but you kind of want to be a Rick Ross before you are a Lil Uzi Vert. Because what Lil Uzi Vert told this chick, as you guys are about to hear, is actually right in line with what Rick Ross said, but Rick Ross got backlash for it. So Uzi apparently wrote this chick and he told her, "You are more than my assistant. You are my bitch." I would hate to be a woman, especially in any profession that caters to any hip hop personality or any rapper. Because when you are in the culture, now again, I can only speak for hip hop culture. I can't speak for country or rock culture because I don't know, right? I don't know too many country artists or rock stars. But when you are a woman and you are in a profession where you are catering to rappers and hip hop personalities and hip hop figures, what you're subjected to is more than just usual harassment. No, these people or these rappers feel like they own you. They feel like you are their property. And it's because a lot of them, in their mind, what you're doing ain't really that taxing. They don't really value what you're doing at all. So the value they see in you is their ability to sleep with you. So in the case of Lil Uzi Vert, or let's say other rappers, if you are a personal assistant and you're going on trips with him, going on tour with him, and you're picking up his calls, and you're picking him up food, and you're doing his laundry at times, and you're dropping off things, and you're handling his scheduling and things of that sort, man, they see that as a responsibility for a girlfriend. They don't really see value in that. The only reason they pick you is because they want to sleep with you. Unfortunately for Uzi, though, this chick had a mastermind in her corner, man. This chick had a dude who's just like me in her corner, man. All right, man, baby, don't trip. All right, don't trip. All right, don't quit that job. Let him do what he gotta do. So the mastermind, which is her boyfriend, he encouraged her to start therapy amid struggles of burning out and harassment by Lil Uzi Vert. So in January of 2024, plaintiff Doe, which is the ex-assistant, was encouraged by her partner and began therapy due to the stress and emotional distress she experienced due to Lil Uzi Vert's harassment. Plaintiff Doe began going to therapy on a regular basis. Oh my God. It's bruh. This lawsuit is one of the closest things I think I've ever seen to a certainty, man. You gonna get some paper out of it. Lawsuit this ironclad? Nah, bro, you can't get your way out of this, bro. She even started therapy and documented the therapy journey because of the harassment. And trust and believe she did this on purpose, by the way. In February of 2024, the company debit cards provided to make purchases for defendant Woods ran dry. Plaintiff was directed to pay out of pocket for food, clothes, and alcohol for Lil Uzi Vert and his entourage. When when plaintiff contacted Lil Uzi Vert's manager with requests for reimbursement for her business expenses or standard per diem, she was told she was only entitled to her salary. To this day, they have failed to fully reimburse her for her business expenses. To me, this has to be like an ego thing. I can't possibly think or come to the conclusion Uzi Vert was just so horny that he must smash his assistant. Like, you're Uzi Vert, bro. You could literally cheat on your living girlfriend who you have by going on Instagram and just, hey, who wanna F me? You will have a million girls trying to F you the same night. So this can't be just a horny thing. It has to be some type of ego tripping power dynamic he has in his head going on. Because even when you see the next messages where he's verbally abusing her, he brings up like the race dynamic a lot, which points to me out. Okay, he gets off on berating this chick. Like he gets off on this chick serving him. He has some type of weird race fetish going on in his head. Man, Uzi on timing, man. Uzi tells this white girl, stop being so effing soft. This is me to you. No black rapper will be able to tell a white girl stop being soft. Well, today I am. Stop being soft. I don't care if you mad, sad, cry, whatever. You a girl, you supposed to. And when the assistant apologized for the oversight, Lil Uzi Vert responded, You are more than my assistant. You are my bitch, which was a recurring theme apparently. Now, this is not as bad as it gets. It gets worse, okay? During another text exchange in October of 2024, Lil Uzi Vert became angry when the assistant failed to organize all his white clothes in one closet while under the influence. Lil Uzi Vert sent the assistant over a dozen messages. That's the example of niggas getting money and start acting out their body. When you was in the hood of North Philadelphia, you wasn't organizing all your white clothes in one closet. You get some paper, now you're trying to act outside of your body. Like that wasn't like a principal thing for you, bro. Like that wasn't an important thing for you, bro. Y'all get money and just start doing anything, bro. Honestly, after reading this back again, these messages are now worse than the last one. But it does kind of show like how unstable and erratic Lil Uzi Vert is and how working for him might be hell. So Lil Uzi Vert like tells her or confesses that he's currently on drugs. He says, "You're not even on drugs like I am. I don't understand your mental over being successful. You are basically saying F what he say, like I'm just a pushover. All this because she didn't, I guess, organize his clothes like correctly. But I'm not upset. Life only gets better. I'm not trying to be in a bad mood. Everybody counts me out. Like I'm really not a star. I feel that ish. But I have somebody doing it today. Just a little upset, honestly, in regards to the clothes. When Plaintiff Doe responded to Lil Uzi Vert's messages and asked where they go from here, he responded, I'm just mad. It's cool. Defendant Lil Uzi Vert, sexual and verbal harassment of Plaintiff Doe continued throughout the year. Our next complaint is pretty consistent with other lawsuits I've been seeing from other personal assistants of celebrities. Apparently, like overtime is not a thing because in a lawsuit, she would say, yo, there were days that she was working like 39 hours straight, but she never received overtime compensation. Like they gave her a salary, and that salary was $100,000 a year. However, you know, when like she was often working 12-hour days, 18-hour days, 39 hours straight, she wasn't receiving any type of extra compensation, and she feels like that was not fair. This is the exact same complaint that we see Megan Thee Stallion personal assistant has. They both were, I guess, working for Rock Nation. So maybe it's just a Rock Nation thing, but I don't know, right? Is a personal assistant supposed to be on call 24/7? Do they not have a life as well? If that's the case, I don't think $100,000 is worth it. I don't think $100,000 is worth literally being somebody's servant 24 hours a day. I'm good, bro. Right? If I had to make my $42,000 a year and do that and still have my freedom, I would do that, bro. I can't be on a backing call for someone 24 hours a day with no personal life for $100,000 a year. Not happening. She broke down how the labor code, I guess, codifies the right to overtime compensation and 1.5 times the regular hourly rate of pay for hours worked in excess of 8 hours a day or 40 hours in a week for the first 8 hours worked, blah, 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 blah. So during a relevant time period, apparently she's claiming that she worked in excess of 8 hours in a day, excess of 12 hours in a day, in excess of 40 hours in a week, for which she claims should have been compensated at an overtime rate. Apparently, they didn't do so. Okay. But where do we see this lawsuit going? Well, lucky for you, we got the answers. It's not going nowhere. Okay. The bag was dropped. Okay. The defendant, the assistant, was given a bag, and she dropped the lawsuit. Okay. They came to a settlement. All right. Now, what that settlement is, how much it is, I don't know. But they came to a settlement and the lawsuit was dropped because she had them right, left, and center. It wasn't even a discussion at this point, bro. It was not even a discussion. Like what's there to discuss? She got the messages, she got the proof, she got everything unique. Cut. But Rock Nation, drop that bag, man. All right, y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe that Lil Uzi Vert is in his Weinstein bag with this one, or y'all think Uzi is innocent? And if you're still watching and want to do videos like this, I got a step-by-step book in my description on how to grow and make your first $10,000 a month on YouTube. And if you enjoy this video and you want to watch more videos like this, I got more videos right here somewhere on my screen. So click on this video here, or here on my screen to find out about the really bad news for Stephen A. Smith. Click on this video right here to find out what's going on. I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.